Hey guys, Tim here, back for Droid Life. This time bringing you another unboxing, but for the LeEco LePro 3. This device was recently announced as the first LeEco flagship device for the US market. They did a big unveiling press event in San Francisco last week, and the device does not go on sale until early next month, November 2nd to be exact, but we've got it in-house, and it looks like LeEco wants to build up a little bit of hype. So what we are going to do is we're going to unbox it, take a brief look at the software, because I'm pretty sure it's a bit different from what you might expect in a stock Android device. So let's just get right into it. Here is the box. Pretty nice packaging, I will say. The box definitely feels rather premium. On the back here we do have some specs, but we'll get into the specs here in a little minute. First, let's just unbox it. And there she is, LeEco LePro 3. For my own sanity's sake, I'm just going to call it the Pro 3 and leave out the Le. I don't feel like I need to say LeEco LePro 3, so just Pro 3. And we got a little LeEco logo right there in the box. So here's the device, all good and all that. What I'm going to do is I'll power it on, and then we're going to take a dive into see what else is in the box. And then we'll do our little hardware tour. See if I can find all the plastic, because there's always plenty of it on these new phones. This is actually a really shiny and nice looking phone. So, what's in the box? Take out that. Looks like we've got some Apple AirPods. Oh, just kidding. There's some earbuds, earphones. Got your USB wall power adapter, quick adapter. So standard USB right there, goes into your wall. And we also have a charging cable, data cable, of course, a standard USB, and to a USB Type-C connection. So, made for charging. Shocker, I know. Some documentation. Oh, you've got your little SIM tool right there. Oh, documentation. We also have a little soft shell case. Nice and clear, that way you can still see your gold phone. Put that in. Oh, we also have, this is your headphone 3.5 millimeter to USB Type-C adapter for headphones. So, as you'll see in a moment, the Pro 3 does not have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so instead, you get to be super courageous and use Type-C. So, that's cool. I mean, that's where the world is going, right? So, get used to it, everybody. So, actually, I'm going to leave the box here because that's got some of those cool specs on it. But so what we're looking at right here, we've got a 5.5-inch full HD display. That's a 403 pixel per inch. For the processor, it's a Qualcomm-made Snapdragon 821 processor. So that's that new same processor that's in the Google Pixel XL. There's 4 gigs of LPDDR4 RAM, and now this device does come standard with 64 gigs of storage, which is definitely nice. Sort of like the big thing that people are talking about is that the phone comes with a 4070 milliamp hour battery in quite the small little package. I think I did the numbers. This device is thinner than the Galaxy S7, but it packs a massive battery. And of course, it's running Android. I believe it is running Marshmallow, but it's running EUI, and that's LeEco's kind of custom skin OS running on top of Android Marshmallow, if I'm not mistaken. And that's about it for the specs. There's a single camera right there on the back. It's a 16 megapixel. We do have a fingerprint reader, and going on a little tour right here, we've got an IR blaster for everyone who loves IR blasting. On the right side here, you've got your power volume rocker. Left side, that's going to be your SIM port. Pretty sure there is expandable storage, so that's definitely another plus. And then on the bottom here, we have what appears to be dual speakers with that USB Type-C. However, I don't know if they're dual speakers yet. I have to kind of test that out. I think it might just be one speaker. I could totally be mistaken, though. So definitely going to find that out in our little review. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut over and we're going to take a look at the software. So be right back. All right, and we are back. We've got the Pro 3 all booted up, and kind of set up initially, just so we can take a brief software tour. So like I said, 5.5 inch display, 1080p. I will say, it's a lot of colorful icons going on here. What I've noticed so far is that it does come pre-installed with Netflix and a whole lot of media stuff from LeEco already built in. So let me give you the brief rundown here. This launcher that they have pre-installed does not have an app drawer. I know that might upset a few people, but it's not too bad. You can always install a third-party launcher if you're not a big fan. But when swiping over to the right, so this left panel here brings up a whole lot of news. It's more like kind of like a social feed, but not necessarily personalized to begin with. What we have here is just recommended top stories from around the web or some videos and stuff. I don't know where exactly they're pulling all these. I see that we got YouTube here and like a kind of a LeEco news source, but a lot of YouTube videos. But all of that can be customized if we press down on that, and you can sort of get your news about education, gaming, movies, and trailers. So you can kind of customize it like that. Don't know if you can disable that. We can pinch to zoom. So yeah, it looks like you can disable it pretty easily there. Another thing I will say, there are capacitive buttons, not on screen. Kind of hard to see right there, especially in this lighting. But on the right side is your back button. So they do what Samsung does, back button with a backwards facing arrow pointing that way. And then a sort of your recent apps right here on the left side. And then a LeEco logo is your home button. So you can just press the LeEco button and get back right back to your home screen. Diving in again, right there where your app drawer button would supposedly be, it's called Live. So when you hit Live, it brings up a whole lot of different, I'll mute that real quick, brings up a whole lot of different media sources. So you've got movies, featured stuff, TV shows, and all of this stuff can be streamed. I haven't signed up for any accounts or anything like that. It's just there. So say if you want to watch Margin Call, it looks like you can just start watching Margin Call, which can definitely be cool. And it looks like, and it appears that they're streaming from certain channels. Again, I just got the phone. I don't know where these channels are coming from. I'm guessing its own LeEco sources. Definitely something I'll be diving more into for our full review. I did want to say, when I pulled down, we're kind of used to seeing system toggles here for brightness and stuff. None of that. There's no swiping in here, no additional pull down. So it looks as though they sort of removed the system toggles. There's no swipe up either. So what I had to do is just dive right into the settings, and from there I had to adjust brightness and all that. I wanted to confirm which Android version is running, and it is running Marshmallow, Android 6.0.1, and it comes running the October 1st security patch, so it's definitely up to date. I mean, it's not running Nougat, but it's definitely updated Android software. Another thing I wanted to touch on real quick is that I did try out the camera, and it does focus rather quickly, and it shoots ridiculously fast. So definitely nice there. Again, 16 megapixel. And just wanted to take you on a slower sort of hardware tour here. Definitely a premium looking device. It feels premium. It doesn't, feel like plastic or anything. Definitely that metal premium in-hand feel. And, for being 5.5 inches, it feels rather nicely in hand. That fingerprint reader feels pretty responsive. It's definitely not that quick. I noticed that it takes a solid second for maybe it to recognize that a finger has been placed there and then to unlock. But so far so good. Yeah, not much else to really dive into for the software. At least I want to save a lot for our much larger review to come. So if you guys have any questions about the Pro 3, definitely I'll leave a link in the description where you can find out more information on it. But the phone does go on sale through LeMall, LeMall.com on November 2nd. It is priced at $399, but that's that day only, I believe. They're doing a $100 instant rebate, making it a price $299. So 5.5 inch, 64 gigs of storage, 4,000 milliamp hour battery, 4 gigs of RAM, 821 Snapdragon. This is a pretty spec'd out device, especially if we're talking $299. So you can expect those to probably go pretty quick. But again, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down below. Until then, enjoy life. Peace.